beautiful, breathtaking Jamaica. Once again, home to the Jersey Mike's Jamaica Classic. And the 2022 event rolls on from the Convention Center. Fourth and final game of the day and night. Can't wait to watch this one unfold. Rose Hall Division, Utah Valley of the WAC takes on Morgan State from the MEAC. In the Rose Hall Division, Queens, brand new to Division I, beat Green Bay from the Horizon League in our first game of the day, 81-65. So Green Bay consolation game, Utah Valley to the championship if they can beat Morgan State tonight. And welcome back everyone to Jamaica. Dave Ryan alongside former star and captain of Xavier and NC State, Steve Wolf. This has been a fun day and night. We've seen a lot of great basketball. Now we look forward to the last game. Utah Valley out of the WAC, looking to improve. Morgan State, the MEAC, the same. I can't wait to watch Mark Madsen's team in action.
Well, it's going to be interesting. There's some really good players. Will Thomas for the Bears. Woodbury, I'm looking forward to seeing him play. And these games today have gone by so quickly. Doesn't seem like we've been here for 12 hours.
Been a lot of fun to watch so far. Let's check the lineups for our fourth and final game, brought to you by Margaritaville. For Utah Valley, Harmon, Woodbury, who's back from injury, Darthard, Caesar, and Aziz Bandega, player you and I know, Wolfie, well, played for John Gross at Akron in the Mid-American Conference and helped the Zips win the MAC tournament last year to beat their arch rival Kent State. Bandega went in the portal, and he is a shot-blocking ace. Mark Madsen told us last night he loves the defensive presence Bandega has for his team.
The officials for tonight's contest are Keith Bogelman.
Utah Valley Wolverines 2-2 for their head coach Mark Madsen, who won 2 NBA titles with the Lakers. His fourth year, former NBA assistant coach, and he told us last night he loves being around the college kids and teaching the game of basketball.
Well, he's pretty much done it all. I mean, you know, world champion. He had a great career. He's a Hall of Famer at Stanford. So it's going to be important for them to get off to a fast start.
Margaritaville starting lineup for Morgan State. The Bears out of the MEAC, 1-3 so far this year for head coach Kevin Broadus in his fourth year. So the starting lineup, and we're about ready for college basketball here from Jamaica. Fourth and final game. Rose Hall Division, smaller school, Utah Valley in the greens. Morgan State of the MEAC in the orange unis here tonight. And here we go, college basketball again from Montego Bay.
In all these tournament games, you try to figure out the strategy. You listen to what the coach says, you see what transpires. Trying to, play that inside-out game. I think all the coaches are looking for that.
Trey Darthard off curl and miss. An offensive threat for the Wolverines out of the WAC. Lost to Utah State, beat Western, non-Division I team. Beat Northern Arizona, then lost to Wake Forest. But Parker, it was a great game in overtime on Tuesday night. Burke hits.
We saw Wake Forest, and I'll tell you what, they're going to be good. They're young, getting better and better. Sal gave them everything they could ask for today.
Wake Forest 4-0 of the year. Utah Valley, a long trip from Orem, Utah, just outside Provo. Largest enrollment of any school in the state of Utah. 44,000 students in Utah Valley.
It's a pretty big school. To see them get the ball inside to the big fella, Montego. He's open down low.
Darthard passes, and the jumper hit there for Tim Caesar, transfer from Coastal Carolina.
I think they'll take that.
Morgan State lost at Xavier, beat Penn State Allegheny, lost at VCU, and then lost to Akron. Rhodes Arena, pretty good game last outing.
They've been traveling around. A lot of these teams playing good, solid competition before they get in the conference play.
Burke had the early bucket for the Bears here. Out of bounds. That's thrown away. Trying to hit David McCullough. Transfer from Bowie State.
Substitution for Morgan State.
We'll be saying that a lot, I think, in this tournament. A lot of transfers. The portal has been very important to a lot of schools. It's almost become something you have to learn to do. You know, and who won the portal?
Is the portal more important than high school recruiting right now?
Oh,
It feels
absolutely.
like it is.
Oh, not even close.
You're getting experienced, developed guys, right? I mean, it's a big difference.
Why would now with the COVID year and all the stuff that's going on, you know, kids don't wait for 3 years to transfer. They transfer mid-year freshman year.
Justin Harmon through traffic, lost the handle. Montego gathers and dunks.
Aziz Montego.
7-foot center, originally from Senegal in Africa. Great talent for Akron in the MAC. Moving on to the WAC this year. Top of the key jumper rattles out.
But he's head and shoulders above everybody. And I really believe with Woodbury, the two-man game between those guys could be very fruitful. You got Woodbury, who can do so many things. Montego, who's just so tall and athletic.
Here's Justin Harmon. 6-man last year. Starts now for Utah Valley. Rejection. Woodbury, UNLV transfer. Had that one swatted away. Transition turn is fouled.
Well, really nice block. And then getting it out, Caesar leads the break. Smart play, getting it out. Now Turner has a chance to get 2 freebies.
6'6" junior out of Philadelphia. Khalil Turner, 21 minutes against Akron. And 3 points, 4 boards before he fouled out at the jar. James A. Rhodes Arena on the Akron campus. One more free throw. And for Khalil Turner. WAC regular season title. We'll be sorry for Mark Madsen in 2021. The COVID-affected year. Trying to bring a winning tradition to that program, relatively new to Division I basketball.
Well, you know, I was looking at Mark Madsen on the television, and I saw his face. He looks nervous, and I go, I didn't realize coaches get nervous just like players. And Fran Dunphy said to us yesterday, I mean, he is so nervous before game. As soon as it starts, he's fine. I thought it was interesting, a guy who's been doing it as long as Fran Dunphy. So I'm assuming Mark Madsen has a little bit of the jitters.
Back and forth we go. Harmon lost it, and the drive and bucket for Morgan State's Malik Miller. The senior had 10 points against Akron in the last game. Second and 2 players double-figure points for the Bears.
Well, I love that sequence down at the other end. Back and forth passing, like the old drill you used to do in grade school. Ball didn't touch the ground.
Caesar lines up a 3, but can't click. Khalil Turner gathers. Passing down low, Montego says no.
You know, when you're younger, you get in the habit of moving the ball. You see there was a steal here. The ball gets out, and you'll see the back and forth. Not a dribble and into a layup. That's how you do it. There's no way you can guard that defensively. But as soon as you take that dribble, it slows down the pace of that transition.
Tim Fuller, Taj Small, a couple transfers on the court here, Utah Valley. And that's out of bounds. Leading us to an early timeout from Montego Bay in tropical paradise. Montego Bay, Jamaica. On HBCU Go is sponsored by the Sport Development Foundation. You Go is sponsored by the Sport Development Foundation. By Margaritaville, the best day ever starts here. And by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Plain and simple, Wolfie, it's paradise. Great to have college basketball back in Jamaica. Off a few years, the whole COVID thing, you know, but it's back now.
I'm talking to Jacob Ridenauer about maybe next year us doing the games from the couch. That would be nice.
I think we should.
That's what most people at home do. I feel like they can broadcast games. You're watching the same thing. Sit on the couch.
Miss for Turner, transfer from Miami-Dade College, JC Star. Underway, fourth and final game. Caesar. Works for Neal. Woodbury in the corner. 5 to shoot. On the baseline. Shot too strong there from Fuller. Of course, he is a transfer at Weber State.
You know, at the other end, Woodbury, he's getting McCullough's right in his face. I mean, not giving him an inch to get the ball, and I think that's obviously a strategy. Deny him the ball, and when he gets it, put a hand in his face. See it right there, the matchup.
Silky smooth jumper, Will Thomas on the other end. Neal trying to respond, cannot. Rebound loose. Kick out Caesar. Neal tries again. Back iron miss. Long rebound Woodbury. He's got it.
And he got fouled.
And some contact. Dre Woodbury's first points of the game. And a chance for a 4-point play, followed by David McCullough.
And that's what I was saying. McCullough's all over him, in his face. And that time, when you're playing against a three, you just got to get a hand up. Go across him. Don't go straight at him. You know, so come in from the right side of if you're looking at the screen, across the left, so you can go where his shot is going up. Time, McCullough went straight at him.
Woodbury, Mark Madsen told us last night, is the team's best player. 22 points in the win over Northern Arizona. Now, he struggled in that overtime loss at Wake. 3 of 17 from the field. Missed all 9 threes, but gutsy effort at the end helped Utah Valley force overtime.
You know, he wasn't going to miss that last one. Utah Valley had 3 looks at the basket.
Knockdown, drag-out type game. Big rejection. Burke had it swatted. Nice play from Fuller. 10 on the timer here. Miller on a bounce. Tipped out of bounds. Fuller got a piece of that. 7 to shoot.
I don't know if he did or not. I was sitting pretty close to that. It looked like it just went out of bounds. I think Fuller was a little shocked when they called that Bears basketball.
Third stop, Camp Alford in Orem, Alabama A&M, and John C. Logan College. Burke for 3. A back iron miss. Tom Small has the rebound. Utah Valley trying to find a rhythm here, Wolfie, offensively. Both teams really are at this point.
You're playing in a different location. You know, fly a lot of miles to get here. You're in a resort. Sometimes it takes you a little time to get adjusted, but that was a beautiful move in the lane. Small spin dribble.
Senior transfer, Durham, North Carolina. That was special. And things get physical along the perimeter.
Gonna get Neal for that.
Assistant number 5, Tim Fuller.
Oh, Tim Fuller. So that was down low. It was off the ball.
Miller for Burke. Facilitators, offensive players in the backcourt. Aaron Hobbs, freshman. 15 points against Penn State Allegheny, and Morgan State's only win so far this year. Here's Hobbs. 3 is way short. That's out of bounds.
Right now, Morgan State is challenging that shot clock. I mean, running it down. That shot went up with 3 seconds left. Got to get in a little bit better offensive position earlier in that shot clock. See the pressure by the Bears now.
Wolverines break it nicely. Ty Small, Blaze Neal. Tim Fuller. There's senior transfer. Lefty runner of the paint can't hit. Rebound. Off the mark on the stick back try. Morgan State, Fuller, good hands. And it comes out to Burke.
I like the mismatch down low.
Colin Nedemy into the game.
Well, that was
Thomas.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Thomas had a good pump fake, acted like he was passing it. The defense moved away, and he was able to rise up and hit that mid-range jump shot.
Ethan Potter into the game, first time for the Wolverines. Steal up court, and Nedemy trying to catch up with that one. Transfer from Mount St. Mary's.
Well, look at the shot clock. As you see here, pump fake. The defense ran away. Nice jump shot. Now, I'm wondering if they're going to reset that shot clock, because it was at 20 seconds. I didn't think it was a possession change, so I thought it was Utah Valley's ball with 20 seconds left. Yeah, they're going to move it back, change it back. So there was no possession change, so now you got to realize this is like the NBA. Shot clock is not 30, but it's going to be 20.
Keith Fogelman, Adam Flore, and Connor Cade, the on-court officiating career tonight. 4th and final game. Montego Bay working down low. Potter with a hammer. Ethan Potter gets the feed and does the rest.
Well, Utah Valley was able to use the pressure defense by the Bears, and they broke it. They were going to 3-on-2, then a 2-on-1. Easy pass against the defense.
Burke for Thomas. Burke along 3. Cans it. Isaiah Burke. His first 3 at 18 points against Akron. Last game that Oregon State played. Wolfie talked about very aggressive schedule. From Oregon State.
It was a long 3. That was deep.
Big for the Bears. Post up there from Fuller. And a whistle stops play. We got a timeout here in Montego Bay.
Well, good ball movement. Beautiful inside pass. Potter for 2. Utah Valley even with Morgan State.
HBCU Go app. You'll get the best in black college sports and an array of on-demand programs that celebrate black culture. Available on Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. HBCU Go. Download it today.
Well, in the early going, it's really nobody has showed their hand yet. Both teams, doing pretty much the same. One team's 5 for 13, the other one's 5 for 11. So you look at that chair right there. That's what we're going to broadcast the game on Sunday.
It's a good perspective.
That's a little bit bigger than Patrick Ewing's chair.
Not much.
I love that, this big chair. But the chair didn't look as big with him sitting in it. But I think if you sat in it, Rhino, your legs would be like dangling back and forth.
There's no doubt about it. Thanks for pointing that out. Potter, trouble with a handle on the baseline.
Sorry about that, partner.
I didn't plan to be short.
Hey.
Not my choice.
Nothing wrong with posing for trophies. They're playing handball on the curb.
4 to shoot. Potter, the battle. Taken away by Thomas. Morgan State is on the move.
Boy, that was a strong
basket for Lawson. Off the bench for the Bears, his first 2.
He went up strong, was met at the rim, and he just kept on powering it through.
A bump on the perimeter. Foul on Will Thomas.
Watch this drive by Lawson. He goes up, gets met at the rim, and just keeps it going. Fuller could not stop him. That's a big-time play right there.
Freshman, Capitol Heights, Maryland. Quite the take for 2 for Morgan State. Potter thought about a cut. Taj Small looking for the back door. Back to Potter. The runner with the right hand rattles out. Everything but go down for Ethan Potter. Montego has returned for Utah Valley. Step back for Burke. Foul called. Positioning there for Lewis Jonkum.
His first, team third.
Well, you see the shot.
Number 2, Tim Caesar, and number 0,
Montego was boxing out. They said he was holding. So it will be ball out the Bears.
Burke to handle for Lawson. A cut himself. Needs some help. Tip ball. Almost stolen. Floater for 2 for Miller.
It was a fortuitous tip. Montego tipped the ball. Able to get to the rim quickly and get an easy shot.
Fantastic hustle from Khalil Turner. And it's out of bounds. Right back to the Bears.
Well, the Wolverines are really struggling to get in a rhythm. They're not in sync offensively. It just doesn't look fluid. Woodbury has not really been involved in the game. He's 1 for 2 with 3 points. But, the whole rhythm's not there yet. They got to get a little bit better ball movement. I think the pressure defense by the Bears is putting them in that rut.
Miller for Jonkum, baseline. Strong rebound, Miller. Pump fake in traffic. Montego goes for the rejection. Jonkum trying to find the handle. Still loose. Here comes Utah Valley's Harmon. Wild shot. And in transition, a foul call.
I tell you, there's not a lack of intensity in hustle and hard work. Everybody's going strong. You see a nice drive by Harmon. Just tries to get it up there. And I think if you got away from him, he wasn't going to make that shot, but you're already up in the air. Put him on the free throw line. Is that the Jamaican flag on his hair? With those colors? It looked like a... Did you see that, Rhino?
Yeah, it looks good. Looks really good. Justin Harmon. One more free throw here for Utah Valley. Hard-nosed player, Mark Madsen tells us. Shoots a 3 and can dunk and plays a swagger. He likes that. That sounds like Mark Madsen to me.
Yeah, he is not a big guy. He's got some hops.
6'1", 180, junior from Chicago. Mark Madsen told us last night, when he walks in a room, you just feel that confidence and swagger right away. got that presence, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like Steve Wolf watching the broadcast. Same.
That's so important, though, to have that. College basketball nowadays is competitive, and you're going to get a foul. I'll tell you, Clanahan just a little bit too close to him.
Junior guard, Vallejo, California takes a seat. Next to Tim Fuller on the Wolverine bench. His first foul tonight.
Worst pace in the world to get the ball in that corner. In addition to the two guys guarding you, have the end line and the sideline. No place to go.
Burke for Turner. Here's Miller. 5 on the timer for Morgan State. Malik Miller, crossover move. Trying to finish with the left, could not. Rebound for Caesar. Here come the Wolverines.
Well, what a great defensive play by Junkham.
Lawson runs the floor beautifully and finishes.
Give that credit to Junkham. That was great defense, staying with Montego, get that ball out for an easy transition bucket.
Montego on a bounce. Woodbury trying to heat up here for Mark Madsen's team. Ray Darthard. These players from the Wolverines, double-figure scores, but they've been shut down tonight by Morgan State. No field goals for the Wolverines in the last 4 minutes now. They have been ice cold. Trying to flip the script next possession. Lawson hits.
Boy, that was a sweet move.
Timeout, Mark Madsen, Utah Valley. The Bears playing some good basketball here in Jamaica tonight, Wolfie.
Good defense by Junkham. That's the way they start the fast break. Get it out quick. You like when defense leads to offense. Gives the Bears a 6-point lead.
Just do it.
5 different Bears have scored so far. Our first half and a 6-point lead on Utah Valley. Last game of the day and night of day 1. Time now for the player profile brought to you by the Ministry of Sport. Talk more about Malik Miller. 10 points we told you about against Akron. Last game the Bears played. Second leading scorer for this team. Entering the Jamaica Classic this year. It'll be a key piece of Morgan State's attack as they build up in the offseason toward the MEAC for head coach Kevin Broadus. In his 4th year, having a really good mid-major league.
Yeah, absolutely. On that last play, Woodbury just airmailed that ball. I mean, a cook couldn't get that one. I don't know what happened. I think it just out of sync. I mean, Wolverines struggling to get any kind of rhythm here in this first half.
Long range shot, 3. Isaiah Burks got 2 triples here in the first half. How about Morgan State up by 9?
They're going to have to, the Wolverines are going to have to figure out something on the offensive end. I think they're doing a good job defensively for the most part, but their offense is just, it's in a rut right now.
7-0 Bear run. Montego the touch. Blocking foul. Call to the paint.
Morgan State foul is on number 3, Rob Lawson. His first.
First foul, Rob Lawson.
Freshman
from the DC area.
For the Wolverines, shooting 2.
DMV, the District, Maryland, Virginia. A lot of great talent. Tremendous high school basketball there. Morgan State in Baltimore. Look at all that.
Morgan, a lot of talent at the But to your point before, a lot of teams are going to the portal. It's really hard for senior high schools to get in the programs unless they're really good. The top 100, yes. Anybody else probably have to go to a JUCO or boarding school, or go someplace where you may not think you want to play in order to move on up to D1.
Free throw, Latrey Darthard. Just one there for the Wolverines. Lawson misfires from long range. Darthard the rebound. 18 points by 35 minutes in the overtime loss to Wake Forest earlier this week. All part of the Jamaica Classic. Teams get a home game and then come here, play 2, try to win your division, take home a trophy. Pretty cool. Contact is all for drives to the basket.
Enemy came over there and swatted it. Looked like he got a little bit more skin than he did ball. It's good help defense. See, coming from the side.
Morgan State fouls on number 10, Will Thomas.
Wow, they gave it to Thomas. I thought it was Enemy. That's the second on Thomas. The monitor.
Our great crew here in Montego Bay will investigate. See anything that was flagrant.
I'm probably looking at Enemy pushing down, but I think he was just trying to get his balance. I don't think that was a foul. The official talking to him. They're talking to him, but it looked like from
after the play, I think there's a little shove here, maybe some words from Colin Nenany, the grad student from Nigeria.
But I think he's fallen and he pushed down. I don't think it was intentional. I think, there's not going to be a ruling on that. That's a really good no call because I think Nenamy was just falling down and trying to brace himself.
So Cam Alford from Indianapolis. John A. Logan College, school record 29 wins and a 4th seed in the National JC Tournament. One more free throw, 10 plus points a game. He started his career at Alabama A&M. So 3rd stop, we have a lot of guys in this event, the 8 teams. 3-4 stops. It's not uncommon, Wolfie. You had 2, but it was a long time ago, before the portal. And 1 transfer to career in your day was a lot.
Well, and the thing is, what it is, it makes it harder on coaches to get some team bonding, and to develop. If you're a developing coach, if your coach is that's going to teach fundamentals and get guys better. You know, if a guy comes in after 3 years at 3 different programs, he's going to come in and do what he wants to do, not really what the team wants to do. So I feel that's so hard. You know, but the rules are the rules. I'm not a big transfer guy. I mean, there's reasons for transferring, and I think that there's no reason for a kid to have to sit out when a coach doesn't sit out. But now the portal is a part of college basketball. You got to learn to live with it.
One more free throw here for Miller. Coach Kevin brought us in his 4th year, 80 wins in his career, entering this game tonight. You better have someone full-time watching the portal, almost every minute of the day.
Oh, yeah.
And then Twitter, and then Instagram.
Well, basketball's one thing. Football's crazy. I mean, I don't know how you keep up with it.
You would know.
It's just ridiculous. But, yes, you have to have somebody that's monitoring that. And there's some of these guys that have been in the portal all summer long, and nobody picks them up. And then all of a sudden they find a place, somebody gets hurt or something, they can pick them up. It's somebody, you know, a free agent.
Arthur Nice takes the basket. He's wearing a temporary jersey. You have to give him a reason for that, maybe at halftime. Usually number 1, wearing 14 tonight. No name on the back. You know what happens, right? You forget in the room or something.
You get blood on it.
Blood, right?
Somebody steals it. I mean, you know.
Does that happen? Miller lines up a 3.
Miller time.
Malik Miller.
It's 3 from Malik. Strange, good hustle, inbounds play contested. Arthur, 2-on-1 with Bandego. Lobs! Aziz Bandego, down it goes. Oh, baby. Dunk of the tournament. And the foul, chance for a 3-point play.
Actually, I think he caught his hand on the rim. You see this, he just gets way up high.
Small returns for Utah Valley.
Yep, he's bleeding, you're right.
Yeah, he cut his hand on the rim.
He was that high.
Nice, soft touch. You know, everybody thinks, well, just throw it up. That's not an easy thing to do. You have to act like it's a shot, but you're trained to make it. So when you're throwing an alley-oop, you have to shoot your shot as an air ball. For guys like me, that would have been easy. For other guys, it's hard.
So Bandego out for now. They can sub the free throw shooter. That is an option for Utah Valley.
Well, what happens, you know, you can see where the net stayed up there, the hooks underneath there. They can be a little bit sharp. Bandego's back in the game now. He's going to shoot his free throws.
Mark Madsen told us last night, raving about Aziz Bandego. The minute that, talk about watching the portal, the minute Utah Valley's coaches saw he was leaving Akron, they made contact. Mark Madsen, an assistant, flew to Senegal in Africa to visit with Aziz's mom and grandma, to connect with the family, lay out the entire plan they had at Utah Valley for Aziz Bandego. That's something. Jokum rejected by Bandego right on cue. Wow.
That trip's paying off.
Is it ever? Ty Small, good ball handling. Finds McClanahan. Man, Bandego impact both ends of the floor here for the Wolverines. Here's Small. Can't click on 3. And Bandego too physical on the much smaller Malik Miller.
Good box out by Jokum.
Utah Valley fouls on number 50.
Nice backdoor.
His second.
And that time,
6th.
Small just got caught up, lost track of the ball.
Returns for the Wolverines.
Just meets him at the rim. Jokum blocked by Bandego.
Well, Mark Madsen said it was last night. The game plan for Aziz Bandego really resonating with his family, all of his people in Senegal. Working well for the Wolverines. That's tipped up and in. Wild play.
Was it?
I think it was Khalil Turner.
Yeah.
At least give him credit for it.
Yes. That was just a swat at the ball.
Fuller back in the game for Utah Valley. Winner takes on Queens out of Charlotte, new D1 program. In the A-Sun, they won today in the opening game.
Morgan State fouls.
And then on Jonkum.
Lewis Jokum, his first personal.
Jokum now
18 foul.
1 foul.
Cameron Hobbs returns for Morgan State. Thomas Hall on the line for Utah Valley, shooting 1-1.
Tarleton State, Akron, Moberly Area Community College, that's in Missouri. And Utah Valley, that is for Thomas Hall. 4. That's basketball today.
Travel. Tour the sites. Get around the country.
Hits the second free throw.
It's a great area. Durham, North Carolina. It's beautiful there. Research Triangle right around that area.
Miller for Jonkum. Malik Miller. 2-man game, drive the basket for 2. Good feed there for Turner to Malik Miller.
Well, I tell you, Miller's moving so well under the ball, and Turner found him. Fundamentally, they're playing so well. The Bears are moving the ball so much better. Morgan State just playing fundamentally sound, getting the easy buckets. An 8-point lead with 3:37 left.
Solid first half so far. Morgan State out of the MEAC semifinal team last year in that league's tournament. Isaiah Burke, Wolfie, one of 4 starters back from last year and a big role this season.
Yeah, he's 2 of 3 from behind the arc. He's got 8 points and really he's got the stroke going. It's not been a 3-point shooting contest like some of the earlier games. Bears shoot 50%. They're only 3 of 6. Wolverines are 2 of 9.
Miller, only player in double figures in the game tonight between the 2 teams. Jonkum, top of the key. Can't quit. Stick back down low. It's Miller again.
I'll tell you, it's Miller time. I mean, he is working hard on the glass. We show him in a spotlight report here, and we get him going. He's playing well.
Woodbury's been quiet. Arthur trying to make some noise.
He came right off that pick, was able to drop that dime, and that's important because it gets the Wolverines back in striking distance before halftime. It's 2:40 to go. They really want to make a dent.
Top of the key for Haas. Can't click. Long range. Junk on the rebound. Fresh 20.
So important to understand when guys shoot three-point jump shots, the rebound's going to go long. You know, so you have to make sure you push your box out a little bit further away from the restricted line.
Burke for Miller, blocked from behind. Good play by Caesar. And it comes away to Darthur.
Skip past to Woodbury over the side. He's open.
Flanagan, Woodbury, trying to get going. Three rattles out. Everything but go down for Trey Woodbury. Weak side rebound for Miller. Running the court. Turner had it blocked. Big play by Fuller. On the other end, finally Woodbury gets going. Transition bucket and a chance for a three-point play.
Well, it's interesting. He was struggling from the three-point line, shooting the jump shot. That time he gets out in transition. That's what smart players do. They try to take it to the rim, try to get an easy bucket. It's a three-point play the old-fashioned way. He takes it 1-on-3 right to the basket.
Transfer UNLV. He's from Vegas. 2 games last year after coming back from the injury we told you about. Both in the WAC tournament. A 1-1 record in the WAC tournament for Utah Valley in Vegas. This year picked 8th. Grand Canyon picked to win the WAC tournament this year. Foul call.
Miller's going to get the offensive foul. Setting the pick. He was moving. You got to keep that screen stationary.
Let's go, boys. Come on.
Pretty clean first half. Nobody's really in foul trouble for either team. Turnovers. Utah Valley has 8. Bears have 3. They get an offensive foul. Niels, that's his first.
Offensive foul on number 3 plays Niels. His first personal 17 foul.
Transfer BYU and Utah State Eastern, which is a JC. So Blaze Neal, also multi-stops, senior from Leahy, Utah. 32 starts for Blaze Neal last year. A lot of experience back from their pretty good run to the WAC tournament a year ago. Turner for Jonkum. Here's Miller. Spinning. Hitting. Sweet shot.
Miller's taking over the game right now. 14 points. 6 of 9 shooting. He's been efficient. He's used that inside game to his advantage.
And 6 rebounds. He's done it all. For Morgan State in the first half. Kept alive by Fuller. Utah Valley keeps it here with 44.7 to go in our first half. Both teams intense practices yesterday after their long trip to get here. Caesar thinking about a 3, drains it for his first points of the game.
That's huge. It cuts a lead to 3 with under a minute to play. It's going to be timeout.
30-second timeout there.
Kevin Broadus takes the timeout. Final moments unfold for the first half in a moment.
Carol. Her name's Carol. Yeah, it's Carol, but they call her Carol. No, I don't. I just don't not see Carol. She might have. She's got a white shirt on someplace. I don't know where she is. I think she left. Yeah, she went back, man. She said, John.
All right, 33.7 to go. In our first half, Montego Bay Convention Center, fourth and final game. Day one of the Jersey Mike's Jamaica Classic.
Well, the reason for that timeout, you can't take them with you when you go, but you want to come out, and Mark Manson's come out in the zone, but you want to get a good shot. And boy, that was Turner was on the sideline, and it's a turnover. And now with 19 seconds left, the Wolverines have the chance to tie the game.
Well, the Bears, fourth turnover, first half. Shot clock turned off. It'll be our final shot of half number one here tonight. Harmon drives through traffic, tries to reverse layup, and it's out of bounds the baseline. 4 seconds to go. Physical effort there from Justin Harmon, but he was met at the rim. 4 seconds even left here in our first half.
Okay, we're good.
Neal to inbound. Here's Caesar. Final moments. Harmon lunges and shot the back iron. And a miss, and that does it for half number one. Morgan State, a 35-32 lead on Utah Valley up the WAC. The Bears from the MEAC. Solid first half. Great performance at the Hyatt last night. It's halftime. Morgan State by 3.
Got 5 shots coming. Here we go. In 3, 2.
Nice to have you here. Can you hear yourself okay?
Yeah, I think,
good.
yeah.
This is the volume if you want to adjust.
No, this is my volume.
Okay.
I'll turn yours up. You all right?
I'm fine.
Is that good now?
I'm fine.
Okay, good.
In fact, good turn down just a little.
A little bit?
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, fine.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Is that better? You're going to mess his hair.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
6-1. Let's meet shooter number 2, Yavari. All right, Yavari, you need 2 shots. Make 2 and you are the winner. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Tropical Paradise, what's better? 35-32, Morgan State lead halftime on Utah Valley. We're joined by Peter Mullings, Acting Deputy Director of Tourism and Marketing here for Jamaica. Peter, we appreciate your time. What does this mean, this event, being back here for the Jamaican brand?
Well, thank you for having me on the broadcast. I think for the most part, what we are appreciative of is this opportunity to just demonstrate again to our markets, to demonstrate to our event organizers that we are here. We have the facilities in place. We have the ability to organize and host events of this nature. And so therefore, we're really just pleased to be able to showcase this brand again to the world.
It was interesting. Over COVID, I know it was shut down for 6 months. I talked to some of the drivers, and it really was hard on some of the people here. Tourism is really important to you guys, but it is beautiful. I mean, it looks really nice. We've had a great time. I like the new runway that's coming in, the extension. Speak a little bit about how you were able to come out of that and how important it is to have the tourism here.
Well, absolutely. Tourism is key to our existence now. It's very it's significant in our economy, and so we need it to be thriving. A lot of people depend on it for their livelihood. But with respect to the pandemic, we went into a significant mode at that point in time where we devised certain mechanisms that allowed us to open up the industry pretty early. And then really get it back moving again in limited ways. But certainly we are able now to say we're towards the end of 2022 now. We are able to say we are pretty much fully recovered as a destination. We're seeing we're seeing arrival numbers now ranging right around the point where we were at 2019. And we think we're pushing on in a very positive way from that. So we're really hopeful for the future.
So we're excited about it, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. And we're really happy to have you guys here, happy to have this tournament back here. It's significant for us as a destination to show what we can do and for the world to see us at work.
Well, the crowd has been great here throughout all 4 games. I know Patrick Ewing, who's from Jamaica, wanted to win his game today, and a lot of fans are rooting for Georgetown. They came up a little short, but that's basketball, right? It happens. It's great to see Patrick Ewing back.
Yes, it absolutely is. And it's not the first time he's been here for this tournament as well. So we really appreciate him and his team for coming as well. And it really was a good, exciting game earlier, including the other 2 as well. And we hope for this final one to also. It's shaping up to be a good one as well.
Sure is. 3-point game at halftime.
Yeah. So
thank you so much, Peter, for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Appreciate it. Wonderful.
Thank you.
We're having a great time here for sure. Beautiful Jamaica. What's better? The answer, nothing. 35-32 halftime. Morgan State a lead on Utah Valley. Jay Bryant, Steve Wolf. Halftime, Morgan State, the MEAC, a lead on Utah Valley of the WAC, and Wolfie, one player in the game, scoring double figures. That's Malik Miller of the Bears.
He's pretty much done it all, Rhino. I mean, 14 points. He's got 6 rebounds. Only 1 turnover, and he's been able to do it inside and outside, using his body and darting through the defense.
Jersey Mike's halftime stats, a 3-point Bear lead. Anything stand up to you here, buddy?
Well, I think you look at the 3-point shooting. The Bears had run their offense so much more efficiently than Utah Valley. But the 3-point jump shot, that last one, got them back, the Wolverines back in the game. But I think the Wolverines got to take care of the basketball. They're on pace to have 18 turnovers. That's not acceptable, I'm sure, to Mark Matson. But we got a barn burner here.
Can't wait. Half number 2. Morgan State trying for its second win of the year. Utah Valley win number 3. Second half, the 4th and final game unfolds in a moment from Montego Bay, Jamaica. Morgan State by 3. Aziz Bandego with a monster dunk. Incredible on the lob. 3-point lead for the Bears. Second half is on the way from Jamaica. 4 games so far. Morgan State 1-3 record, 78 points per game. They've been lighting up scoreboards as they go for win number 2 on the season. Head-to-head with Utah Valley for the WAC. A 2-2 record for Mark Madsen's team entering play tonight. Queens, the Royals from Charlotte, await the winner. Rose Hall Division on Sunday. Loser plays in the consolation game. Top of the key, jumper return, not close, it's out of bounds.
Well, the way that Morgan State finished the first half, they really allowed Utah State to get back in the game, or Utah Valley to get back in the game. They were moving the ball so well, and they had some turnovers at the end of the half, and some bad offense. They need to get back to that good offense they had early in the first half.
Caesar, 8 on the timer. Aziz Bandego needs a bailout. Finds Woodbury, short from 3. On rebound, Khalil Turner. Junkum hits.
It's a smart move by Junkum to get Bandego away from the basket. Little turnaround jump shot. No way Bandego can go up in there and block that thing.
Grad student transfer from Radford, Springfield, Virginia. Caesar thinking 3 other end. Misfires. Utah Valley 4-16 from 3 for the game. Not a strong point for the Wolverines to date.
I just think at the start of the first half and the start of the second half, you have to go inside. You got to get the ball in the paint. You got to shrink that defense. The outside jump shot will always be there. See great hustle by Woodbury. Morgan State get the ball to Junkum. You see right here, Bandego's not going to go too far out on the perimeter. Junkum's not a great three-point shooter, but in space around the basket, he's able to score. That time he used the quick move to get an open shot.
8 on the timer, drive the basket, offensive foul call against David McCullough. Transfer from Bowie State.
Offensive foul number 23, David McCullough. His second personal, first team foul.
Pressure defense, worst place in the world to get the ball inbounds. You're trapped in that corner. Got away with it.
Harmon for Caesar, lines up a 3.
Another 3. They have to stop shooting the 3 ball. They're doing exactly what Georgetown did. You know, taking those 3 balls and pulls you out of the offense. Nobody's touching the ball except the shooter.
Caesar, jump hook, baseline. Can't hit from 3, can't hit from about 10. And the rebound for Turner. Here's Miller. Left his feet, nowhere to go with the rock. Picked by Caesar. Harmon hits.
Finally getting the ball in the lane. Ross not happy about that. The Wolverines are 4 for 17 from three-point line. You just got to put that back in your holster. You don't need it right now. You got back in the game playing good offense and solid defense.
Turner shots out of the backcourt. Bandego runs the floor well and hits. Chance for a 3-point play as he's Bandego.
He gets that low. You got to get him the ball. There's no way you can stop him. He's so tall. Junkum can't. He's not anywhere near as tall as Bandego. The hair makes him look like he's a little taller. No way you can guard him on that low block. That's a real good move by the big man.
Bandego had 17 rebounds at Wake Forest on Tuesday. So he's doing it against high-level competition in the ACC. Gets the free throw.
We're tied. It's been a while since we were tied.
Despite the 4-17 shooting from beyond the arc, Utah Valley, all even 37 apiece. Burke looked it inside. Thomas. And commits a foul. Malik Miller. Two fouls on Miller. 6 of 9 from the field. He's got 14 points and all scores, only player in double figures and 6 rebounds as well. So a huge game. In both categories to this point.
Back down low. Get in that paint. Try to get Fandango involved in the game.
Instead, pick from Lawson. Work the handle, top of the key for Miller. Jocham, left alone from 17. Lines. Miller on the drive. Arthur challenges him with a foul call.
This is the guy that's got to take over. He took over in the first half and got the Bears a lead. Miller, a nice spin move. Arthur came over. You got to remember, the Wolverines have Fandango, who's a big, tall guy in the lane. He's a rim protector. So if a guy gets around you, he's there. You need to reach around and foul.
Way off that free throw. Preseason second team All-MEAC pick. Double-double a year ago from Malik Miller. You see why? Wolfie, talented player.
Well, he plays hard. You know, he's a rebounder. He's a scorer. You got to love that. 6 rebounds. Go along with 14 points.
Absolutely, he's going to be key on the scout. Key, Wolverines is Fandango out of the pack. And an easy hammer. 3 highlight reel dunks tonight. Wolverines 4 field goals.
Wolverines take the lead.
I believe. 39-38. Possession game at halftime. Stayed up by 3, 35-42. And a foul call. Timeout in Jamaica. New game. Wolverines have a lead. Almost done. Thank
Finished.
you.
Food's done. You're finished. I'm getting a little tired.
Oh. Little.
Hey, so
make sure you download the Grio live streaming app, not only to see games, but news important to the black culture, free movies, and great original programming. It's available on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire, or on your mobile device or tablet.
trying to figure out who
Wolverines
committed
up by
the
1
foul.
here. Yeah, and the officials at the monitor a moment ago, Wolfie, looking at that last play.
But they looked like they gave it to Woodbury. They said 4.
believe that was the original call going to break. That was against Trey Woodbury. One more free throw for Burke.
Isaiah Burke at the line for Montego State.
Need it! Need it!
Looking for double figures. He's got it. Montego State back up. So Miller and Isaiah Burke each 10 plus points. Drive the basket. Offensive foul. Small.
Offensive foul on number 11, Tosh Small.
A loss.
His first.
Grabbing his neck. It's right in the middle of the lane. Draws the offensive foul. Negates that basket.
Physical play. It hurts to take those charges, man.
The good thing is it negated that bucket.
Miller passing. Burke can't click from long range. Here's Harmon on the move. Blocked away. Malik Miller is everywhere tonight.
Miller again coming across court. Good recovery on the defensive end to swat that away. This is why you sprint back to recover. It looked like Harmon was going down before he shot it, so the trajectory is a little bit lower, a little bit easier for Miller to get that.
See if Woodbury can get going here in the second half. Arthur pump fake. Small. Can't hit it. But those crash boards. Small has got his second field goal of the game.
But he missed that shot, and when he shot it, he started going in to get the rebound, which is a bad indication, or a good indication that he was going to miss it. But he stuck with it. He didn't just stay back there and watch it. I think he kept the ball alive and gave him an opportunity to get the stick back.
Back and forth second half. Wolverines back up by one here.
When you look at
the timer.
You look at the statistics, Rhino. They're very, very similar. I mean, rebounding is 22 to 20 in favor of the Wolverines. Offensive rebounds 8-6. You know, defensive rebounds tied at 14 all. So the game, there's a reason why the score's a 1-point game. Both teams really matching the stats the whole way.
Harmon for Darther. Thought about a three. Fakes it small, knocked out of bounds. Good hands. Rob Lawson. Woodbury at 2 on the baseline. Meyer Best stays cold. Best game for him so far. Strip on that. He's been omnipresent for the Bears in this game. Done everything. 15.7 rebounds for Malik Miller. Junkum spins. Short for 10.
He was a little bit further out. He likes those inside shots. He got a little bit, about 10 feet away from that basket. A little bit harder shots for him.
Small cruising in, can't connect. Trying to save it baseline. Goes right to Isaiah Burke. Boston is challenged by not one but two Wolverines, including Aziz Bandego.
Montego grabbed that with his knee, I think. He was up in the air and it was a short move to the basket. I mean, Lawson's not a big guy. Montego just grabbed it, couldn't corral it before it went out of bounds. Look at how high up he is. Hit it with his elbow.
Elevation, man, no doubt. Tremendous athlete. Burke trying to create. Watched closely by Justin Harmon. Man-to-man defense. Nice back cut. Miller had a block, or at least altered by Bandego. More accurate zip helps bring the ball back to the Wolverines. Another big block. Man, well,
the Wolverines have 9 blocks on the evening.
Here's a steal. there's a dunk. Toto Fagbinlay, the senior from London, England. Emphatic hammer for his first field goal of the game.
And nobody was going to block that one.
Not even Aziz Mendez.
No.
Good recover on that. Overplay. Comes back for Lawson. Drives the basket for 2. Mark Madsen has seen enough. Timeout, Utah Valley. And Morgan State on a run. Take a lead right back for the Wolverines.
The defense is really turned up for the Bears. Getting it out in transition. Once again, another steal. Leads to an easy layup by Lawson. 4-point lead, 3-point lead for Morgan State.
Utah Valley Wolverines from the WAC looking for a big season from Aziz Montego, the Akron transfer we talked about. Has been a major force both ends of the court tonight.
Well, he's talented down low. When they get in the ball, he's really a difference maker. He's a guy that is strong enough to go up and finish at the rim, and obviously he's tall enough to flush it. But they haven't been able to get him as many touches as I think that he needs to get. He's 4 for 4, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. One thing he's got to do a better job of is rebounding. He only has 2 rebounds.
It's kind of surprising, right?
Yeah.
Bird trying to get on track here. Mexico State won the WAC tournament last year. New look team for Mark Madsen. Trying to make some noise in a really tough conference. Justin Hartman under 10 to shoot. Challenged by Miller. And some contact on the way to the 10. Free throws on the way.
Fuller coming back in the game for Montego, giving him a break.
His third, team 4.
4 team fouls and 3 on Miller. Non-shooting foul. Here comes Utah Valley on the inbounds play.
Both of these teams have played a lot of men. The Wolverines have played 11, and the Bears have played 10.
Woodbury, the 1-2, and 2 free throws coming up here for Trey Woodbury. Almost the and 1. You know Mark Madsen wants to get his star player on track a little bit, hence the ISO call.
Well, getting them to the free throw line is going to be important. You see the going up with the opposite hand and then sticking with the ball, even though he missed the first shot, getting that rebound.
Mark Madsen told us last night, Trey Woodbury, great passer, can really score, huge part of the team. Overall, probably their best player. They're going to make a run, take down the Aggies from Las Cruces of Mexico State this year in the WAC. They're going to have a huge season from Woodbury. And the coach told us last night, really competitive league again. Tough to win it. Miller, nice cut. Away from the ball. Malik Miller's got 2 on the feed from Colin Nenemy.
Setting up the pressure again. Got to get that ball out of the corner.
Woodbury doing it. 3, too strong.
Give it him again. He's wide open. Skip pass gets him another open shot. A lot of times you miss that shot. You know what you did wrong. Try to give it back to him. You need to get him going.
McClanahan 6 on the timer. He'll hang. Can't hit. Tipped up and in. Looked like Fuller. The Weber State transfer has his first basket of the game.
Back within 1. It'll be interesting to see how close Fuller was to offensive goaltending. I think it was awful close.
It was very close. Timeout in Jamaica. College basketball on HBCU Go is sponsored by the Sport Development. College basketball on HBCU Go is sponsored by the Sport Development Foundation. By Margaritaville, the best day ever starts here. And by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Breathtaking views of Jamaica and the kids who have been here all day watching basketball with us. We started about 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. And they've been here watching and having a lot of fun with the balloon animals and the saber and hats. Those are cool hats.
Well, I'll tell you what, getting basketball into Jamaica culture is awesome. I mean, because there's a lot of kids playing it now, as opposed to a couple years ago.
Burke 3 for 3. His third triple of the game.
And as low scoring as this game is, points, getting 3-point jumpers, it's a big thing for whichever team can get hot.
13 for Burke. Caesar, kick out. Harmon, he'll drive the paint. Hangs and hits off the glass. That's pumped up on the Utah Valley bench. And one for Justin Harmon.
Good body control by Harmon getting to the basket. It's really going against a bigger guy. You know what? He got up in the air and he was able to find the backboard. That's sometimes very important in this kind of game.
Justin Harmon at the line, shooting 1.
Six-man last year for Harmon. He also looked with the hair tonight. 24 points against BYU. National nationally ranked team. First ever in Utah Valley history. That was something. Broken wrist time. Harmon back. That's told us last night how critical a piece is going to be this year for them. Jonkum can't hit. Rebound for Fuller. Back and forth game. We've got 4 ties. We've got 8 lead changes here tonight in the nightcap.
This is definitely going to go down the wire the way the game is shaping up. And that's going to be Jonkum. That's going to be a foul pushing off. The difference between boxing out, using your body, pushing to get the ball.
Golden State foul is on number 5, Lewis Jonkum. His third personal, 17th foul. Cameron Hobbs checks back in for the Bears at the line for the Wolverines.
3 fouls on the transfer from Radford Jonkum. Lawson on the bench. Fuller to the free throw line here for Utah Valley. Returning starter. He won 20 games last year. 3 starters return. As Branson said, Fuller, a banger, tough guy. He said to us, I thought it was interesting that sometimes opponents, maybe the teammates, are a little afraid of him on the court because he's so physical and aggressive. But off the court, could be nicer. He's a great teammate, but
he bangs.
He is intense. In between the sidelines. I'd like to see that. Miller's been quiet of late after just being dominant tonight. Caesar wants to travel. Instead, he commits a foul.
Utah Valley foul was on number 2, Tim Caesar, his second, 14th foul.
Right now, the Bears have got to get that offense moving again. They've allowed the Wolverines to get back into it. Rick Williams has been quiet the last 3 or 4 minutes. That's going to be off of Brooks' leg.
Isaiah Burke lost it. That's defense from Jaden Clanahan. Vallejo, California. JC transfer, Independence Community College. Really good defense, and right back to the Wolverines.
Good call. Woodbury getting ready to check back in the game.
50 on the timer. McClanahan almost lost it, and then things got physical after he passed the ball away.
Oregon State foul is number 0,
Cameron Hobbs picks up the foul.
First, 18th
Freshman
foul.
from Stockbridge, Georgia.
Checks back in.
And yes, another transfer. North Greenville University.
Jacob McClanahan on the line, shooting 1-1.
Maybe I should stop referring to the transfers and just, we assume that they've been to a couple stops before they get to the scoreboard broadcasting, right? It feels like that's just commonplace now.
I think every game you play,
yeah,
you're going to see this year, we're going to see a lot of transfers. And yeah, you know what? Guys want to play. It's a little different society now where I want it now. But it's hard to develop a kid. You only have them for a year or 2. It's really a 4-year process to get guys better, the progression. Now with the NIL, a lot of these schools are getting that NIL, and kids want to make a little bit of money if they're going to play.
Or if you're a 5-star recruit, maybe a lot of money.
Yeah, that's
Miller,
true.
nice cut. The N1, what a feed from Turner to Malik Miller. And a chance for a 3-point play. The back cut works beautifully for Morgan State.
We were looking at the direct line of sight for that pass. I don't know how it even got through. You know, it looks a lot easier, like it went through pretty easy there, but initially, I couldn't tell who was going to get that ball, but that was a great pass and great finish.
19.7 rebounds for Miller tonight. He's been fantastic. 4 steals also. Make it 20. Continues a big evening for the Bears. Hedge help on McClanahan. Caesar for Darthy. Foul. That's Miller again. That's 4.
It's 9 minutes to go in the game. They need to have him in the game. He does so many little things. Leading scorer in the game with 20. He's been so efficient. 8 for 12 from the field. 1 for 1 for 3-point line. 3 for 5 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds. Now he's going to add the 4 fouls.
Number 55 of Seas.
One more free throw here for Trey Darthard. 18 points foul out of that Wake game. 13 points, 3 threes against Northern Arizona. From Denton, Texas, home of North Texas. The program is bound for the American Conference after some time in Conference USA. Conference realignment, NIL, and the portal. It's just 3 huge themes of college basketball.
North Texas played in this tournament in 2019.
Handoff for Hops. Good feed down low, and Jonka finishes.
Jamaica did a great job of not being scared of Montego's long arms and ability to block shots. He sort of went over his left shoulder with a little hook shot.
McClanahan leads for Caesar. In traffic, foul.
Duncan got him on the arm.
Oregon State foul is on number 5, Lewis Jordan.
See this take?
Team 10.
It was ticky-tack foul, but it looked a lot worse in live action. When you reach in like that, there's a good chance they're going to call that foul.
One more here for Caesar. Transfer from, sorry, it's on the boards. Got it. Coastal Carolina, the junior from Marion, Arkansas. He won a Class 5A state championship at Marion High School. 55 games, 19 starts at Coastal, the Chanticleers. So there you go. 19 starts. Wolfie, that's almost a whole career. 55 games. Someone else recruited you, someone else develops you, works on your body, nutrition, gets you better, and then you leave and go somewhere else. Can you tell how I feel about the portal? I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Well, I think it's here to stay.
Oh, it's not going anywhere. No question about that.
Good hustle. It's a little testy here.
Utah Valley ball.
Burke and McClanahan the hustle. Tim Caesar comes over, have a couple words with the Bear players.
You know, you're allowed to get on the floor and hustle. You know, I think that McClanahan went after the ball, and Burke had the ball. What happened was Burke slipped and went down. McClanahan went and tried to get the ball. It's like kissing your sister, giving a double tech, but it does. The problem is, see, McClanahan, he's only got 1 foul. Burke's only got 1 foul, so it doesn't.
Double technical fouls have been assessed.
But I think nowadays, when you go on the floor, you're allowed to go hustle and dive and get that ball.
Isaiah Burke from Morgan State.
Double tech, Isaiah Burke and Jade McClanahan for Morgan State and Utah Valley, respectively.
So Utah Valley will get the ball to bounds. There won't be any free throws. Like I said, it's kissing your sister.
Winner takes on Queens. Championship game of the Rose Hall Division. Loser will play Green Bay. Consolation game on Sunday. Team here guaranteed 2 games. Montego a second try at it. Twice couldn't find the range.
That's as far of a shot that I've seen Bandango shoot. He sort of threw it up there.
Timeout. Montego Bay Convention Center. 4th and final game. We're all tied. 54-piece second half. Preseason MEAC poll, Norfolk State picked to win it. Morgan State picked 4th behind NC Central and Howard. Really good league. Last year, 13-15, 7-6 in conference. Last 4 games of the regular season. Last number's got to be really impressive for head coach Kevin Broadus.
That means they have good pressure defense. And right now, they need to get a couple of those turnovers. Force a couple turnovers. 7:46 in the balance. It's anybody's game.
Inbounds, Woodbury. Baseline, tough shot. Montego. Thought it was back. I thought it was. An undercut there by Morgan State.
Morgan State fouls on number 21, Colin Mobay. That's his 4th. On season,
4 fouls on Nenene, graduated from Nigeria. Malik Miller has been the big star, has got 4. So 2 Bears and some foul trouble. And Bandego's got 1 more free throw here.
Malik Miller checks back in for Morgan State.
Every case, Wolfie, is different in terms of the point. But Bandego had a good thing going at Akron. You know John Gross as well as anybody in broadcasting. They win the MAC tournament in Cleveland. You're not called the semis on CBS SportsMax. I know it's situational. I know it depends on sometimes on education. But Zips had it going on.
John Gross is a good coach. There's a shot sprayed on. That was a beautiful shot. And that was a separator. You're trying to figure out who's going to make a move in the last 7:14.
9 threes hit between these 2 teams tonight. 9 ahead, 7 minutes second half, and now 6 on the timer. No separation. Woodbury, iron miss. Miller's back in. 4 fouls, 1 for 4. Bandego recovery. And a kick out. Up top for Hobbs.
That's a smart play. Bringing it back around and setting it up. The defense is set. Run a little half-court offense. 10 on the shot clock.
Hobbs for Burt. Ending the 4 fouls. Rattle out 3 there. On spot. Khalil Turner just hit a triple a moment ago. Garther gathers. Transition 3. Caesar had it knocked aside. Foul call.
Morgan. Inside out. You see that. A lot of times you see that pass from the inside.
That's his 5th.
Morgan wide open for that jump shot. Turner, I'm sorry.
Justin Harmon checks back in for Utah Valley.
Kennedy has fouled out.
Louis Joko returns for Morgan State.
Still 4 on Miller. Another big story here for the Bears in the second half here tonight. Caesar to the free throw line. Mason called him a great locker room guy. Have that glue right. Chemistry. Sure player, can really shoot and stretch defenses out.
Yeah, both of these teams, free throws are going to matter in a close game like this. Both teams shooting decent.
Utah Valley, 19-5. State only 6 for 9. Duncan can't hit the point-blank shot. Rebound for Justin Harmon. Bandego finishes.
That was a nice setup by Harmon. Bringing the ball down and then lofting it high up for Bandego.
Other end for Burke. Short on the first try. Soaring, how about Miller? For the 4 fouls. Stays aggressive. That was impressive. Jonkum, return pass, elbow jumper, short. Rebound tip. Comes out for Turner. Johnkum gathers. Up past the catch. 3 defenders around him.
Smart move. Bringing it back out. There's 11 on the shot clock still. Got time. Oh, good defense on that play.
Nice steal on Burke. Who wants it? Shot clock violation. No clear possession. In a 1-point game.
You see Harmon just maneuvering and then one-handed pass. Montego above the rim.
17 foul. Malik Miller on the line, shooting 1-1.
Miller looking to add to his total. He's 3-5 from the free throw line. Has 20 points. 9 rebounds, almost a double-double.
12 from the field for Malik Miller.
Very efficient.
Senior from Washington, D.C. Misses the free throw. Went for the rebound. It's right back to the Wolverines.
Miller taking a seat. Keep him out of foul trouble. They might be going offense and defense. Keep him out of getting that 5th foul on the defensive end of the court.
Jade McClanahan. Good job handling some backcourt pressure from Cameron Hobbs. Arthur drives through traffic. Johnkum a hand on it.
Doesn't have the numbers. Let's see what he does.
Hobbs passing. Great finish there from Khalil Turner.
Turner using the left hand on the baseline. That was a nice move. Slicing and dicing. And now the steal by Morgan State.
Getting right back. And a fresh Bears possession in a 1-score game.
15 turnovers for the Wolverines.
Turner for 3.
That's a big shot right there. Turner's hit a couple threes.
Two threes for Turner. Mark Madsen takes a timeout for Utah Valley. And the Bears trying to create some separation. Khalil Turner for 3.
Media timeout.
Close Hall division here, Wolfie. Queens a win over Green Bay. First game of the day, that seems like a long time ago.
It was.
11:30 a.m. Eastern time. Queens, the new D1 program from Charlotte in the A-Sun. So they're the championship game Sunday. Consolation, our last game Sunday night, will be Will Ryan's Green Bay Phoenix from the Horizon League. Good finish brewing in the last game of day one. State by 4, pressure off the timeout.
Oregon State playing good pressure defense. They want to be able to take care of the basketball on offense. Don't commit any fouls on the defense.
Harmon to the basket, blocked away. And a foul call.
That's not what they want to do. They want to keep the Wolverines off the free throw line.
Morgan State foul is on number 1, Khalil Turner, his second.
Turner's second. That means Harmon goes to the free throw line here.
Free throw line, he's 3 for 3. He has 7 points. Leads the team in assist with 3.
Justin Harmon at the line, shooting 2.
Broken wrist we told you about for Harmon. Was out about 2 months. Came back in his hometown of Chicago. Went over Chicago State in WAC play last year. Free throw here. Murray High School city champion Chicago. Then went to Barton Community College.
Trey Woodbury checks back in for Utah Valley.
10 points, 5 rebounds a game last year for Harmon. Big piece for Utah Valley this year. It's the second. We saw Weaver State in this event a year ago in St. Pete, Florida. Looked really good. They won all 3 games. Teams from Big Sky, the WAC, all good programs out there. Flanahan lefty 3, short. Aziz Bandego is fouled.
That was a really lazy pass by Hobbs. Just barely rolled it over.
Morgan State fouls
The loss of the turnover.
His second.
The 8th turnover for the Bears, and that led Bandego getting to the free throw line.
Aziz Bandego at the line for 2.
Who got it?
Bandego rattles the first free throw.
Got
a big game
for the Bears.
4 or 5 for the free throw line for Aziz Bandego at this point. 7 dunks in the first 2 games. With several highlight slams tonight.
Leads the team with 15 points. Junkum has a cut. Taped up. Get him back out there. Looks like Miller's going to come in for coming in. Begley.
Good game for Miller. 20 points, 9 rebounds, 8-12 shooting. He's back in with 4 fouls. Passing to Junkum, little pocket pass, and it's out of bounds. It's possession here for Oregon State. Challenging early non-MEAC schedule continues here in Jamaica.
Another turnover for the Bears. That's 2 in the last 30 seconds. Not taking care of the basketball in a tie game. Only 3 minutes left. You have to value the ball.
Harmon, the ISO. Lost the handle. Knock up the steal. Burke running. And scoring. 15 for Burke, 20 for Miller, and Turner 11. 3 double-figure scores tonight for the Bears. Turnover numbers. Wolverines, too many. Eight to shoot McClanahan. Through traffic with a left for 2.
You have to look for Bandego down there if you're the defenders, and that's what they were doing. McClanahan just did a little circus shot. Wheel of Fortune down on the low block, was able to get the left-hander to go.
Lawson handles, Junkum. Burt under 7 on the timer. Junkum free for 2 by himself.
That was a great pass by Lawson. Seeing Junkum wide open under the basket. You can't allow your man to get loose like that under the basket.
Moynihan, kick out for Harmon. One-score game. He'll spin. Too strong. Montego a hand on it. Comes away to Miller.
No need to rush. You're up a minute. You're up with 1:38 to play. You value the basketball. Get a good shot. Still 20 seconds on the shot clock. If you're the Wolverines, you don't need to foul.
Lawson lost it. Woodbury the steal. Harmon runs and lays it in.
How about that pass from Woodbury? Beautiful pass in traffic. Gives him his 3rd assist. 1:05 to play in the game. It's anybody's ball game.
1 minute.
5 minute of regulation here. We haven't had a buzzer beater yet. In our first 3 games, got a great finish brewing here as Harmon overplays there on Lewis Junkum.
Utah Mountain.
Good
1
finish,
and 1.
but a better pass.
1 and 1, and
Utah Valley fouls on number 0.
we had timeout. Tie score. 51 seconds left in the game.
Utah Valley timeout.
That's all right. Well, we're back. Montego Bay, Jamaican Classic. Morgan State Bears tied with Utah Valley Wolverines at 66. Junkum at the free throw line, shooting the 1 and 1. We've talked about it. Free throws are going to be big in a close game like this. That was a big free throw, Junkum.
Junkum hits the second free throw. Big one, 51.5 to go. And a 2-point game. Well, if you wanted a good finish, you want to get one here.
Well, it's going to be interesting, and Morgan State has got to look to their guy, Malik Miller. He's just played a whale of a ball game. You look at Turner right here, the jump shot. But Malik Miller is the guy that I feel has just really played well. Turner's knocked down a couple threes. He's got 11 points to go along with 6 rebounds, 4 assists. A well-rounded game. But that guy right there, Malik Miller's a guy that should have the ball in his hands. He's 20 points, 8 for 12 from the field, 3 for 6 from the free throw line. Got a double-double with 10 rebounds.
He's been great. He's played really well. It's after getting his 4th foul.
That's so important right now. The Bears play defense without fouling. You know, if Utah Valley's going to win this game or tie it up, let them do it on their own. There's no reason to put them on the free throw line. Give them an easy one.
Pen to shoot, huge possession. Woodbury, baseline. Travels.
Woodbury tried to do a little bit too much, and now you're going to hit. You don't need to foul if you're the Wolverines. You see him slip right there. That led to the turnover. Full court pressure now for the Wolverines. It's important to get the ball, and you don't need to foul if you're Utah Valley. You just need to play good defense.
Woodbury steal. Carlton scores it.
And that's all you need to do. Now, it's anybody's ball game.
Backcourt pressure. Woodbury to the Trey Darthard.
Mark Madsen just took off that pressure. Said, get back.
And seconds regulation. Here we go. ISO for Burke. 4 seconds. Burke steps back. Short. Rebound loose. There's the horn. And there's regulation.
They're calling a foul. They are calling a foul for the shot clock. Was it? I'm not sure. No, was it? Let's see what they have to say on this. We're going to watch it again on the replay.
Let's take a look. Sort this out.
He didn't hit it. It didn't look like there was a foul. Look at the box out. Maybe that was the foul, but I'm not sure what they're looking at right now. It was an act of shooting. He was falling down on top. Whoever was shooting that got hit in the legs.
Let's take a look again. McClanahan was falling down here at the very end. And if that's the contact we're talking about here, that could be a foul.
And I think
it is for Morgan State to win it on the free throw line.
And is that Harmon? I can't see. Yeah. No, that's on Hobbs. That's Hobbs.
Is shooting. You can see the Morgan State bench wanted a foul.
What are they going to call here?
Basket, zeros on the board at the end of regulation, and we've got some overtime.
At the end of regulation,
here in Jamaica, 68 apiece. 40 minutes not enough.
68.
Some clarification on court officiating crew. Contact with zeros on the clock, so no chance for a foul since regulation had ended. How about some OT, Wolf? You ready?
We're ready for some OT.
Let's see how Utah Valley tie this game up with some great pressure from Woodbury.
Nice steal. Comes over and just takes the ball away. The heady play was getting the ball over and getting the good look at the basket.
Game time shot with Trey Darthard, the junior guard. Laid it in on a really nice feed from Trey Woodbury. Backcourt pressure critical. Now some overtime. And Morgan State kind of long faces, right? They have the lead. We're hoping to close the game out. And Utah Valley's got all the momentum with a comeback. 13 ties in the game. 16 lead changes in this back and forth finale of day one at the Jersey Mike's Jamaica Classic.
Well, we've talked about it. The turnovers, free throws, everything is important at this stage of the game.
Woodbury, nice feed to Arthur. And Woodbury, the ISO. Let's get a roll.
He's struggling offensively, but I'll tell you what, he's given up in other areas. I mean, that steal at the end and the assist, he's got 4 assists. So when you're struggling shooting the ball, you want to make sure you're contributing in other areas of the game.
Skip pass. Miller slips and turns it over.
It's getting a little sloppy right now.
McClanahan to take back for Woodbury. Pick and roll Montego. 15 on the timer. Garthard works for Jaden McClanahan. Garthard baseline. Pass nearly picked. 2 to shoot. Garthard flow to the left. No roll. A foul call.
Right as the shot clock buzzer went off. So basically got bailed out on that play.
Morgan State fouls on number 5, Louis Jokum. That's his
drive in the lane. Jokum was inside the restricted area, it looks like.
14, total
See where his feet are. That's a good call.
line for Utah Valley, number 13, Jaden McClanahan, shooting 2.
Flanagan caught a break at the end of regulation because that could have been a foul with no time remaining on the clock. I think it was a good call by the officials.
Lefty 2 for 2, make it 3 for 3 from the line tonight. Utah Valley 25 and 31 from the free throw line. 8 for 12. Big disparity between these two teams in free throw appearances in this game tonight. Flanagan hits 2. Big free throws. Wolverines a 2-point lead.
1-3-1. Extended defense. It's important to look inside. Get the ball into the paint. Good defense.
Flanagan stole it from Miller. Look out below. Woodbury went for the big hammer and it blocked. Big rejection. In the corner. 3 is missed by Burt. Miller grabs it. Tipped again. Still loose. Wow, Garthard thrown down hard.
I would like to think Woodbury was going to be able to dunk that, but he was too far away. And we'll see what happens. Good defense.
Khalil Turner came back and made the swat.
He might have been able to get that to go down.
Maybe.
It's up pretty high. He's looking for the highlight reel.
Garthard was fouled. And has one more free throw. As Wolverine fans know, he usually wears number 1. Returning starter, last year's 20-win team. Hits 2. And a 2-possession game.
It's important right now for the Bears to figure out this 1-3-1 zone. It's just so hard to get the ball inside with Montego in the middle. He's got the arm's length to get deflections. I actually like this defense for them. And the Bears have had no answer for it until then.
Khalil Turner, huge 3 in the corner for Morgan State to make it a 1-point game.
He's shooting 50% from behind the arc, 3 of 6. Gives him 14 points. He's really played a whale of a second half.
Incredible. Big shot. Harmon throws to nobody. Right to the Utah Valley bench. Big turnover.
He's trying to get the ball to Mark Madsen. Get him a 3. It's Turner dropping the dime. Another angle on it. Woodbury late and getting over. You got to get a hand on a guy who's shooting as well as Turner is here in the second half.
Another one of 3 Bears, double-figure scoring. Burke return pass from Malik Miller. Rolling down toward 2 to go in overtime. Turner, not this time from 3.
Yeah, that was pretty
long rebound.
That was pretty long.
Right. deep 3.
That was almost at the hash mark. See how far back he is? He was way out. I think he knew that was a long shot, tough shot, so he sprinted to get that ball before it went out of bounds. Important possession here for the Wolverines. You know, they've had some problems taking care of the basketball, bad turnovers. They have 19 turnovers in the game. That's a lot.
10 to shoot, McClanahan. Darthur. 3 ball, top of the key and miss. Whoa, look out below. Isaiah Burke up high, trying for the rebound, and a lot of contact.
Boy, I'm glad he's okay. He was high enough up, but they have a dismount on that. Watch this. And I'll tell you, Turner really saved him from an injury. You see a nice smile on his face, but he was up pretty high. Burke looks like he's limping, going to the free throw line.
Two for 2 for Burke from the line tonight. That was a wild acrobatic play. Looks like he's all right.
Isaiah Burke at the line for the Bears, shooting 1-1.
Team's leading scorer, 14 points a game, entering play here in Jamaica. First one rattles out, and Bandego has the rebound. It's a big miss on the front end. Tough pass to catch. Outlet from Bandego. Wolverine set it up in the half court after Mark Metz with his team.
Well, now what he's going to tell them at the timeout is they have to be smart. Good passes. You know, they have one more timeout left. If you have a problem, call the timeout. Don't turn it over. Get to the free throw line. They have been fantastic from the free throw line, shooting 82%. They're 28 for 34. You see Mark Madsen rolling up a play.
And then we're coming up right at the touch.
You want to probably get the ball in the hands of Woodbury and McClanahan. 2 guys that have done a good job handling the basketball. Woodbury with 4 assists to go along with 8 points and 3 rebounds. Mark Madsen really thinks highly of Woodbury, so I would think that they'll try to get him the ball in his hands.
Timeout. Inbounds to McClanahan. Arthur. Awesome shutting down McClanahan for the moment. 10 on the timer. Pick and roll Bandego with 5 to shoot. McClanahan. The ISO. Pocket pass and a beauty to Harmon, but it's a shot clock violation. Could not get it off the time.
That was a great look, but they started their offense too late. And the reason why they started it late was because the Bears were playing solid defense. You can check the clock out here. It's at 1 now. Ball's still in his hand. It's done. That's a great call by the officials. So now the Bears have a chance.
1 minute remaining in the overtime.
Wolverines just need to play solid defense without fouling. We've talked about this in regulation.
Lawson for Miller.
Good defense right there by
team,
Duther.
10 to shoot.
Duther coming over there and help him out. And they're going to get Bandego for the foul.
Utah Valley foul was on number 55, Aziz Bandego. His 3rd personal.
3rd foul, Aziz Bandego. So to Ben senior from London, right at the free throw line here.
At the line, number 14, Toto Fagbedley, shooting 2.
2 huge free throws for the Bears. One possession game here in Jamaica. Last 4 games. Rose Hall Division. Rattles home the first big shot. Hits 2.
2 big shots, and Broadus is going to get a timeout.
Morgan State.
So what do? Both of the guys, coaches, are setting up their strategy. Utah Valley looking at, may come out in the zone. They want to keep the Bears away from the basket. Make them shoot the 3. No dribble penetration. The Bears, what they want to do is probably figure out how they're going to get the ball to Malik Miller. I think Miller is the guy that really hasn't touched the ball in the last several minutes. They need to get him a touch because he's been the most efficient so far in this game.
Double tonight for Miller, 20 points, 10 rebounds. But you're right, since he had that 4th foul, he's not been as aggressive or as productive offensively.
Yeah. Well, right now it's important to see what the Wolverines are going to do. Last time they had the ball in McClanahan's hands, wasted too much time getting into the offensive area.
Let's see what unfolds on this possession. Harmon, 14 to shoot. Woodbury thought about a 3. 8 on the timer for McClanahan. 5 to shoot, Harmon. Needs some help. Darther, baseline, short.
That's actually a good foul. I know that Darther did not want to commit that foul, but that is the best thing you can do because you still have an opportunity no matter what. The Bears make 2 free throws, you still have a chance to tie. Pretty good possession, a nice shot by Darther, but just wasn't able to put it down. It really didn't look like he fouled him, but I think it was a smart call.
Good look. I mean, yeah, that's what you want. Utah Valley, Fagbedley misses the first. So at the most 2-point game here, 10 seconds. Timeout left and used by Mark Manson.
Full timeout Wolverines.
We'll take a timeout too. Great finish on the way here in Jamaica. Is that hotel? Nice.
Shay.
Fans are joining. A great finish here tonight. 4th and final game of the day and night. Day 1, 2022 Jersey Mike's Jamaica Classic. Dave, Steve, our entire crew. Appreciate everyone's hard work throughout a long day and evening of college basketball. What a finish here in overtime.
Well, and that timeout that Mark Matson took was basically to ice the free throw shooter, but also to tell his guys what he wants to do so they don't have to call a timeout. That's a big, big miss. But they called a timeout.
Final moments here. Woodbury drives up for Utah Valley, blocks. Fagbedley, the rejection.
It's going to stay with the Wolverines, though.
3/10 of a second up on the board. And we'll see if the officials go back to the video, which they will do. You can do within 2 minutes of end of regulation or overtime. What a block. In fact, Bentley's been everywhere tonight.
So it looks like there's 3/10 of a second left, which, look at the clock up top.
Malik Miller almost fouled Trey Woodbury there. That was close.
So there's going to be about 1 second left, I would think. I'm going to guess.
Really important if they restore time.
Yeah, I think
the Wolverines more time to shoot for sure.
I think it's going to be 1 second. 1.1 maybe? Let's see. Ball's out. 1 second, I think. Well, they're 9/10 of a second. That's a big difference than 3/10 of a second, because you can't even get a shot off in 3/10 of a second.
Still a chance. Woodbury inbound.
So you're saying we still have a chance?
That's what I'm saying. After the timeout. Called by Morgan State. And head coach Kevin Brooks looking for his 81st win in year 4 as Bears head coach.
But I think right now, with 9/10 of a second left, you have to go to the big fella, Bendango. You got to figure a way to get him close enough to the rim and get him an open shot. This is Bendango's game.
Darthur for the win. He was fouled.
Oh, no.
He was fouled by Miller, who fouls out of the game from beyond the arc. 3 free throws are coming up here for Utah Valley to try to win it. Unbelievable.
That is a tough play for Miller after such a great game, and he definitely fouled him. You know, that's the #1 rule as far as guarding a shooter. Never, ever foul a jump shooter.
And Darthur tonight, partner, 5 and 6 from the free throw line. Utah Valley has doubled the free throw attempts tonight of the Bears, 28-34.
They've been fantastic from the free throw line. You know what? It's almost like both teams don't want to win the game. Leaving it out there, leaving it out there. That is a tough blow.
And it tarnishes really has been a great night for Miller. 20 points, 10 rebounds, double-double.
But watch it.
No doubt about it.
He fouled him. I thought they should have gone to Bendango. Just go straight to the basket and lob it.
Darthur had a pretty good look. Almost hit it anyway. Right back to the video monitor for the officials here. Let's watch again here. The clock is the issue, Wolfie. What do you think?
9/10 of a second. No, the clock did not
Never
move.
started.
It never started.
Oh my. Big call for the officials here. It doesn't start for quite a while. And we're talking about 9/10. I mean, less than a second.
Yeah.
The head coach is going to get called over
I don't
here.
think it can count.
And we're going to get word from one of the officials.
Clock did not properly start. On the watch, the foul occurred after 0. No basket, no foul.
The game is going to end here. As we are told, it's going to be a victory for Morgan State. The clock didn't start. And looking at the time kept by the officials, it was zeros. It would have been too late for the shot anyway from Darther, and the game is over.
Boy, that is,
wow.
That was very, very fortunate for Malik Miller. He's had a great game. You hate to see a kid make a mistake like that, but the clock did not move, and that is a good call.
And that is why you have video review. Amazing finish here
I thought
tonight.
the officials
Morgan
did a
State
great
wins
job, too. I mean, that's a big call.
Agreed.
Versus LMU.
73